name's James. I'm a personal trainer from empoweringpt.co.uk, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the kettlebell swing. Now, the kettlebell swing is a glute exercise and not so much of a lower back exercise, but believe it or not, that's where people tend to feel it the most, and this is because they don't support their back and they don't squeeze the glutes enough. So, first mistake is how you pick it up. Most people, what they'll do is they'll approach it and they'll just slump over and then lift it up from there with a curved back, so they'll just bend over and pick it up like this rather than deadlifting it. Now, it just might seem trivial, but it tends to be a more common mistake when people do squats. They'll come down and they'll pick it up correctly before they do their squats, or same with deadlifts. But when it's a kettlebell swing, they're thinking about the swing and they're not thinking about how to correctly pick it up. And this can apply to most exercises, if I'm honest. Okay, so make sure to bend down, bring the hips back, and lift it up properly. Once you're in position, then you can start the swing. Now, as I said, this is predominantly a glute exercise. So what you want to do is focus on the hip movement. Okay, make sure to bring it up, squeeze the glutes, and push the hips into it. What you don't want to do is lean back. Keep your back straight and focus on the hinging of the hip, okay? So from here, bring it back and thrust with the hips. You want to push your hips into your arms and bring it up. Bend your knees, push the hips back and thrust, squeeze the glutes into it. Now, as I said, you need to bend your knees. Now, what a lot of people do is, like I said before, they'll just use the hips and not bend their knees, okay? To get that full thrust through with your hips, you want to be able to bend your knees to get your hips further back, give it that muscle a length, and then activate it, because muscles prefer to be worked at a length to break down properly. So doing this as a almost stiff-legged deadlift doesn't work properly to do this kind of exercise, not with a decent weight and not safely. So another common mistake is that people tend to take it all the way up. You can do this, you can get a little bit more shoulder activation there, but generally I try to get people to bring it up to shoulder height and then let it come back down. Really, you don't want to be using the shoulders too much, because like I said, it's predominantly a glute exercise. Now, you do have different kettlebell variations. So what you can do is you can do one arm. It's exactly the same principle. Make sure to retract the shoulder blades. Keep your core strong. And then from there, it's easy to switch hands. If you want to intensify the exercise, then what you can do is pull down as well. Now, a lot of people don't tend to do this, but if I pull down with my lats, like I'm doing a straight arm push down, and swing it behind me, it then forces me to use my glutes a lot more to launch it back up. And you're also intensifying the exercise and making it a lot harder. So, normal speed to start with. Okay, and now using my lats. So that's all I've got for you for today. Make sure to lift correctly, make sure to bend the knees and push the hips back all the way, and if you want to intensify the exercise, make sure to push down. Don't forget to subscribe on the way out. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you for watching.